Hey guys, and welcome back to Battlefront updates and another LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga video. As you guys know, I've put out a ton of content over the last couple of hours or days where I've covered all the new gameplay that they released as well as my first impressions of playing the game myself. And I tried to cover every little gameplay aspect that we got to see, but one thing I did not talk about a lot, or at all actually, are capital ships, and it's something I know a lot of you have been asking about. And the reason to why I didn't talk about it was simply because we didn't get to see any capital ship encounters in the gameplay preview and we didn't get to play them ourselves. But I did the best I could with my gameplay session and actually tried to digging into the menus a little bit to see which capital ships we can unlock and also how you unlock them. So that's what I wanted to talk about in this video, the little I could digest from the gameplay and my play session myself, and also talk about a few old interviews, and I also dug through all the gameplay that they've showed so far, as we do actually have a couple of examples of these encounters. So first of all, what is the actual description of the capital ships and how you get them? I went into the, help section of the menu when I was playing, and I went over to the ship section, and this is what it says about the capital ships. Capital ships serve as your own private battle station, unlocked by seizing them from their original owners when they attack. So they make it pretty clear here that these capital ships are something you can own and it's your own personal battle station, but it doesn't really tell you much about what you can do with them. However, they make it very clear that the way you seize these are by basically beating and taking them over when the original owners attack you. And this refers to the capital ship encounters that they've talked about at multiple occasions. And back in an E3 interview in 2019, they actually talked about being able to fly these capital ships yourself. But this was, as far as I know, like a behind the scenes interview, so I haven't been able to find it, and I haven't found any information since then verifying that, so I'm not actually sure if you're gonna be able to fly these capital ships. I think they might instead be like a hub you unlock, and once you have unlocked them and seized them from the enemy, you can maybe use them as a hub to spawn in and go around and look for collectibles, maybe spawn ships and such. I don't think you will be able to fly them, but I could very well be wrong. I just think that if that was the case, they would have talked more about it and also showed that in the trailers. So which capital ships can you unlock? Well, I went into the menu and these are the 5 that are available to unlock. The Death Star, the second Death Star, the Executor, the Steadfast First Order battleship, and the Trade Federation battleship. So this wasn't really the list I was expecting, to be honest, because I thought we'd have ships from all factions, so we would have one Republic, Resistance, and Rebellion capital ship, but we don't. Instead, we get 3 Imperial capital ships, 1 First Order capital ship, and 1 Separatist capital ship. Or I guess I'm not even sure if you can classify the Death Stars as capital ships, but at least that's what they classify them as here. So that does make me a little bit confused, and it makes me think that these encounters are probably just gonna be on quote-unquote bad guys. And I guess that to some degree makes sense, that although you can use all ships when you're flying around, you are kind of considered a good guy, because that's what the entire story in the movies are. So it wouldn't make sense for like a Resistance capital ship to jump out of the blue and attack you. Maybe if you were playing as an Imperial ship, sure, and that could actually have been a fun mechanic, but they don't really ambush like that either. So that's why I think these capital ship encounters are locked to just the bad guy ships, if you know what I mean. But I also wanted to show a couple of examples of this. First of all, we have the gameplay overview that they released a couple of months ago. Now we can see a couple of seconds of an Executor class Star Dreadnought capital ship encounter right here. It's very short, but we can see the health bar on top. However, the scene before that, I think it looks like a normal Imperial Star Destroyer and not an Executor class Star Destroyer. So I'm not really sure if there are different types of like space encounters, where some of them you will have a normal Star Destroyer that you might like straight up break, or if they're all gonna be just these 5. And that also makes me a little bit confused. Are we gonna see a Death Star pop out of the blue that we have to engage? That actually sounds pretty cool if you ask me. That's a little bit like in like Rogue One, when the Death Star just appears at Jedi and blows it up, kind of. So I'm not sure how that's gonna look, but I think it could be pretty neat. And in the FanFest trailer they released even later, we also have some examples of this. First of all, this clip when it says "Seize the Steadfast" and "Encounter Joined," where you have to take out the outer defenses of the Steadfast Star Destroyer, and then you have to board the ship and kill the real Captain Swarton. And I think that's a character they made up just for this game. I mean, they could have taken a real captain, because this isn't a random Star Destroyer, it's, as far as I know, the Steadfast, which was Kylo Ren's flagship. And we also get to see a quick clip of the Trade Federation battleship engagement with a separatist captain as well. So at least we know which 5 capital ships we can get, and also what the official description is of the capital ships and how you unlock them. But the thing we don't know is how you use the capital ships once you've unlocked them. There might be some interviews popping up soon, or maybe even at the same time as this video, depending on what other content creators have had access to. But there hasn't been any gameplay. We couldn't play it in our session, and it wasn't in the official developer playthrough that they gave us either. But I hope I managed to give you guys an idea of all the stuff we know so far, which 5 you can get, how these encounters work, and how you unlock the capital ships for yourself. But that brings this video to an end. I would really appreciate if you guys dropped a like and also left me a comment below telling me what other mechanics in the game do you want me to dive into, like in this video. And if you haven't already, make sure to check out all the other LEGO Star Wars content that I have posted since Monday. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, may the Force be with you.